I will be talking about the four major classes of joints. The first type is bony. Bony joints occur when two bones become one. There is no movement between the bones when describing the range of motion. This term is synostosis. On the right displays this movement in the mandible and frontal bone. Fibrosis is the second type of joints that are bones bound by short collagen fibers. These fibers allow very little movement. This is called a synarthrosis. Three kinds of fibrosis joints are suture, the joint between cranial bones; gymphosis, the joint between a tooth and the mandible or maxilla; syndesmosis, a slightly more movable joint. Its fibers are a little longer for slight movement. The picture on the right is an example of syndesmosis shown in between the radius and ulna. Cartilaginous is the third type of joint. It is a joint that are two bones that has cartilage in between them. It also allows more range of movement, which is called entheothrosis. Two types of cartilaginous joints are syndesmosis. The bones are welded by hyaline cartilage. Example is joints in children between the first rib and sternum. Second type is the symphysis. The bones are welded by a thick layer of fibrocartilage. Example shows in the picture of the intervertebral discs. Synovial joints are connected by a fluid-filled cavity that allows it to move freely. There are 6 forms of synovial joints. First is the ball and socket joints, which are multi-axial, meaning the joint can move in 3 axes or planes. Examples are the hips and shoulder. Condylar joints are biaxial, meaning the joint can move in 2 axes or planes. Examples are between the metacarpals and phalanges. Third form is the saddle joints, which are also biaxial. Example is the first metacarpal of the thumb. Fourth form is the plane joints, which are also biaxial. Example between the carpals. Fifth form is hinge joints, which are monaxial, meaning the joint can move in 1 axis or plane. Example are the elbows and knees. And the last and 6th form is the pivot joints, which are also monaxial. Example is the head of the radius with the ulna. The picture on the right displays the hip joint, which is an example of the ball and socket joint.